Starting or growing a business can be an exciting and rewarding journey, but it can also be very overwhelming and challenging. With the ever evolving landscape of the digital world, it's crucial to have the right tools and strategies to help you succeed. That's why in this episode, I'm going to share with you my top three essential must haves for starting an online business. They're not softwares that you need, they're not a list of tools to incorporate. Rather, these are foundational principles that will help you establish a strong presence and set yourself up for success in the online marketplace. These foundational elements are easy to implement, but also sometimes hard to follow through on. Whether you're just starting out or looking to take your business to the next level, these tips will be valuable for you if you're looking to make your mark in the digital world. So grab a pen and paper and get ready to take some notes because I'm going to help you set up yourself up right from the start. Hey friend, welcome to Pursuing Goals God's Way. Have you thought about finally starting that business now that your kids are older? Do you ever stay awake wondering how to mesh your passions into purposeful work? Do you have big, ambitious goals but feel overwhelmed or even unqualified to pursue them? Hey, I'm Gabe. Not too long ago, I longed for the confidence to start an online business. I just wanted to make a difference outside my home bubble using my gifts. But I kept telling myself that I wasn't good enough. I didn't know enough, and I didn't have enough time. Until I realized something huge. My kids need me to be their example, and they need to see me win. And yours do too. In this podcast, you will learn how to clarify your goals, plan with purpose, and ditch your distractions. If you're ready to make an impact and an income, all for the glory of God, then you're in the right place. As an avid runner, I believe life is one massive marathon. It's up to you to run your own race and to finish it well. So lace up those running shoes, pop in your earbuds, and let's do this thing. Hey friend, welcome back to Pursuing Goals God's Way. I am so excited to share my top three essential must-haves when starting an online business. Again, I want to reiterate that these are not softwares that you need. You are not buying anything in this episode. They are a list of tools to incorporate. They are foundational principles that will help you establish a strong presence and set yourself up for success from the start in the online space. So let's dive in to these three must-haves. The first must-have when starting an online business is don't wait to start until the time's right or until you get it perfect. Neither of these things will ever happen. The best time to start is now, imperfectly. So one of the biggest roadblocks to starting a business is waiting for the perfect time. Much of the time waiting for the perfect time is an excuse for an underlying fear. The fear of failure. What if it doesn't work out? The fear of others. What will others think about what I'm doing? The fear of the unknown. What other challenges will come my way if I get started? Here's the truth. There will never be a perfect time. I'm sorry to tell you that. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but there won't. There never will be a perfect time. You'll always have something else going on, or you'll always feel like you're not ready. So instead of waiting for the perfect moment, instead of getting ready to get ready to get ready, just start now, imperfections and all. Do it messy and clean it up as you go. I put off writing my first book for years because I didn't feel like I was ready. I was unsure if I would be able to come up with the right words or structure so it made sense or even make it interesting so others would want to read it. I felt imposter syndrome left and right. And because I was afraid of failure, I kept putting it off. But here's what I found. When I finally got started, I realized I was worrying about the wrong things. When God calls us to something, obedience is key. If I would have waited until the right time, I would have never written that first book. And guess what? It became an Amazon bestseller in that first week. What if I had decided to put it off? What if I never did write it and get that message out there that I felt called to do? Here's the moral of the story. Don't wait for the right time. It won't come. Don't wait for the approval from others. Some will never give it. Don't wait until your kids are older. They're watching you now. Don't wait until you're ready. You'll never be fully ready to start. Make the decision to start now, right where you're at. It's better than waiting and never starting at all. All right, the second must-have when starting an online business is to set boundaries right out of the gate and stick to them. Starting a business can be all consuming, and it's easy to let it take over your entire life. I'm talking from experience because I've been there, friend. That's why it's crucial to set boundaries right from the beginning, especially as a mom. When I started my business, I felt this. Starting a business while also juggling family responsibilities felt like a daunting task because now I not only had all the daily to dos in my head, the planning lunches, signing permission slips, helping with homework, bringing kids here and there, figuring out where you need to be and when, getting them to be able to hang out with their friends, and the list goes on. But on top of all those daily to dos, I now had to worry about my business to dos too. Sometimes I asked myself if my brain would ever shut off. Well, let's be real. It's not even going to shut off with the list of home responsibilities to take care of, even if I didn't have the business to do list on top of that. Now, I know you're probably feeling this too. You have a lot on your plate. Adding another thing just seems incredibly hard. But when you set boundaries, it's doable. And that's been the role of my year. Like I said, I didn't plan a word for the year, but maybe it would be boundaries. I don't know. But I've been working to piece those boundaries together. And I'm telling you, when I stick to them, my life is so much better. And when I don't stick to them, I feel burnt out. I feel angry. I become not a fun mom, not a fun wife, all the things. So I really can tell when I am coming outside of my boundaries. And here's the thing, because of that, it's really important to recognize that it's okay to prioritize your personal life while still pursuing your entrepreneurial dreams. Did you hear that? Your business shouldn't take over your life. Your family still needs you. You still have outside responsibilities, and that won't change. If you're going to start an online business, you need to fit it into your life, not the other way around. One tangible step you can take to set boundaries is to create a schedule that outlines your work hours and availability to clients, making sure to include time for your family and personal interests as well throughout the week. So maybe think about creating a few time blocks for work each week. When will you be most available? Make your work time an appointment for yourself and show up. But when work time is over, then it's time to shut it down, close that computer, and focus on your family and home responsibilities, as well as taking care of yourself. And once you have that schedule in place, then communicating these boundaries clearly to your clients and family is important, and then sticking to them. Don't be afraid to say no to work that falls outside your designated hours. I think sometimes we feel like we have to take on everything because we have kind of a scarcity mindset, but you don't have to. There's plenty of work out there. This will not only help you to avoid burnout, but also ensure that you have the time and energy to show up fully for your business and for your family. You'll find that you're even more productive in your work times if you set clear boundaries. And if you need help learning to say no, then go back and listen to episode 186, How to Say No Nicely, and 3 important reasons you should. It's a shorty, but it's a goodie. So, what I want you to take away from this number 2 important must have is to remember setting boundaries is not a sign of weakness, but rather it's a sign of strength and a sign that you are not willing to sacrifice your own well being. So take the time to establish clear boundaries and honor them, and you'll be on your way to building a successful business without sacrificing your personal and family life. All right, are you ready for the number 3 must have? Here it is. The third must have you need when starting an online business is to dun 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 not do it alone. Not do it alone. I know, simple, right? Find an accountability partner, a mastermind group, a coach, or someone who will be in your corner to encourage and support you as you grow your business. Community matters. Starting and running a business can be a lonely journey, especially if you're doing it online, but it really doesn't have to be. It's essential to find people who can support and encourage you along the way. This could be an accountability partner, a mastermind group, a coach, or just a friend who has been through the same thing and can offer encouragement and support and maybe some advice along the way. Building a community around your business can make all the difference. Now, here's some things I didn't even realize that I needed when I got started in business. But I have a couple mastermind groups that I'm a part of, and they're peer led mastermind groups. We hang out on Voxer, and I have one that is just an online business group and one that is kind of more specifically podcasting. And they have not only become my really good friends, but they've become confidants, they've become encouragers, they've given me tough love when I've needed it. And we just get to walk alongside each other as we each grow our businesses. Now, each of them does something slightly different than I do. Some of them serve same audiences or similar audiences, but we all do something a little bit different. Some are on YouTube, some are bloggers, some are coaches, some are. I have one who does roofing or sells roofing and stuff, and so it's so fun that we all have different ideas and different products, but we make it work, and we get to tell each other what we're doing this week, what's our goal, what's our plan, and then at the end of the week we get to come back and say, here's what we did, and then in between we talk about life and we also bounce ideas or questions off of each other to get some feedback. So finding kind of a peer led mastermind group is a really great way to go as well. Also, a great option if you're looking for an entrepreneurial community is Startup Society. Now, this is where I started back in 2019. My mentor, Gillian Perkins, is the founder of Startup Society, an entrepreneurial community membership focused on helping you start and grow online businesses. She works closely with online business owners and aspiring entrepreneurs, teaching them how to develop passive income and flexible lifestyles. When I was getting started writing my first book and trying to figure out how to turn it into a business, I found her on YouTube. Actually, my husband did. And I started binge watching all of her videos and I joined her program where I was able to successfully launch my book as a business. I've learned so much about business and life from her, and she understands how to set boundaries, prioritize her family, but also grow a successful multi-six-figure business. And now, the past few years, I've had the privilege to be a success coach inside her programs. If you're interested in turning your passion and purpose into impact and income, I encourage you to check out Startup Society. It's a great budget-friendly way to get started with an online business with a community. I love working inside there. And if you've been thinking about working with me, this could be a great option as well, as you'll get both me and Gillian. You can learn more and sign up at bit.ly/startup society. Again, that is bit.ly, so bit.ly/startup society. I'll leave a link in the show notes as well. And I'd love to work with you if you are ready to get started and you want that community backing you up. So there you have it. My top 3 tips for starting, running, and growing a business. Number 1, don't wait for the perfect time to start. It won't come. Number 2, set clear boundaries for your work time and be okay saying no if it doesn't align. And number 3, find a supportive community that can help you grow. I hope these tips have been helpful for you, and I want to hear which one you'll tackle first this week. Come hop into the free Simplicity and Motherhood community to let me know. You can find it by searching Facebook groups, and there's also a link in the show notes. It's the one place online that I hang out and you can find me. Until next time, in all things I pray, you just run your race. I believe in you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I had a great time and I hope you did too. Before we go though, make sure you follow the podcast on your favorite listening platform if you haven't already. If you resonate with this episode, please consider leaving a review on iTunes or share it with a friend as this helps grow the podcast. Also, if you're not a part of Simplicity and Motherhood, consider joining us. It's a free online community built to provide support and encouragement so you can create balance and live intentionally as you go after your biggest goals, God's way. Head on over to redhotmindset.com for more resources and to find the link to join the community. In all things I pray, you just run your race. I believe in you.